Ladies and gentlemen. Before I start, let me actually go to the actual video because sometime when I say you can't make this shit up, and I if you and like I said, if you're new to my channel, we're just swinging by, subscribe. We do the weekly Big Gamer Small Talk podcast, which is going to be later on today. I think around 7. So I got to catch up with all the divas, other movie stars, and see what the hell time we're going to do the show. But I say that to say this. Some of the times, not some of the time, a lot of the times, on Twitter, I interact with a lot of you guys. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, my Twitter is Zaire2005, and I'm very, very active on Twitter. And some of the things the tweets that I receive, how should I say? I never thought I would be the one to go around screen capping shit, because like I said, I do this for fun, with quote unquote console war, just for shits and giggles. It's not really that serious to me. But what I do find funny, I don't know if it's funny or is it sad that I had a motherfucker tell me, excuse my French, I make a conscious effort to stop cursing so much. But I had a joker tell me on Twitter, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I missed it or not. It was like 2 in the morning. He told me that another one was not, that the Scorpio is not fair to compare it to the Neo because not only is it a next generation console, that is not even an Xbox. It's like a Steam machine, like a PC. And I'm like, what the hell? Then again, I don't watch a lot of these cats channels on YouTube. I don't. If you know me, mostly when I'm on YouTube, I'm looking at some UFO shit, some shit about Bigfoot, dog, man. My black ass believe in all that. You know what I mean? So that's what I do with the majority of my time when I'm on YouTube. I'm looking at shit like that or boxing. For those I boxed for many years, so that's my favorite fucking sport in the world. So that's a lot. So I don't watch a lot of these people videos. Like I don't, and again, it's not to say that I'm some big fucking YouTuber or anything like that. I just don't be within the know, within the loop. So someone sends me, and I don't fuck with this cat. And they said, please, I just watched the first couple minutes. One sends me Hard Eight's video, right? And I said, because I don't watch none of their fucking videos. So I'm looking at the fucking video. Whenever can I play it here? But no, fuck it. But he's basically saying again that it's not fair to compare the Scorpio to the Neo because the Scorpio is a 9th generation console. I'm scratching my fucking head. Then I start scratching my fucking beard. Like, what the fuck? Like, did I miss something? I know he calls himself the truth of YouTube, but I'm like, did I miss something? I remember Phil saying during the consoles generation that there would be hardware refreshes, that new hardware come along and during the cycle of a generation and he said, actually I have the article here. Shout out to my boy Tim Dog who sent me the article. I said, maybe am I missing something, because I never recall Microsoft saying that the Xbox Scorpio was a 9th generation console. They said it was a refresh to take advantage of 4K gaming and VR. But anyway, I have the article here. And I think it's a stretch by these pro YouTube channels and it's people with an agenda, that just refuse to acknowledge that Microsoft won. They have the better fucking console. That there's no fucking denying it. Like I said, you guys have pushed this agenda about power, about resolution. I even had a motherfucker tell me, shut the crap, his funky ass. I just seen the video. I had a motherfucker tell me that 4K gaming is irrelevant. It's all about 1080p, 60 frames a second. So I said to him, like, what has it been about 1080p, 60 frames a second? I said I can count on one hand and how many fucking games are 1080p, 60 frames a second on the fucking PlayStation 4. And I can't name not one exclusive on the PlayStation 4 that's 1080p, 60 frames a second. Besides the fucking indie, maybe Resogun. Maybe that's not even fucking 60 fucking. Even Sony's flagship title, Uncharted, is 900p, 60 frames a second. Before like you understand what I'm saying? But I like I said again, you guys made, how should I say this? You guys made it a big deal when comparing 900p to 1080p. You know what I mean? But now it's not a big deal compared to 4K. Compared to we talking about, to get 4K is 1080p times 4, if I'm not mistaken. You know, you know, but so it's not a big deal from. I'm sorry, it is a big deal from 900p to 1080p, or when it's no. Let me reword this. It's okay when games are 900p on the PlayStation 4, right? But it's awful when they're 900p on the Xbox One. All you, like I said, you guys didn't, what I mean? That's what I said, this bullshit. You only, what I mean, as long as the PlayStation 4 games at the time had a higher resolution, you guys were bragging. I don't give a fuck if a game was 725p on the PlayStation 4 and 720p on the Xbox One. You guys will be posting this Digital Foundry shit all in the Facebook groups and but you know what? And guess what? It's our turn. And I always said, I'm gonna say this again and again and again. I don't give a fuck about resolution, but you guys have drawn your line in the sand. This has been your fight. So guess what? You have to wear the L. And another fucking thing, you motherfuckers are saying, well, no, the Neo's competition is the Xbox One S Slim. No, it's the fuck not. Stop it with your bullshit. Stop it. Only thing basically new inside the fucking Slim, it has a 4K upscaler. You know what I mean? A slightly better, maybe about 2% CPU give you like, I think they said some games will perform a little better on the S. A slight, boost in hardware, but that's when anything. When when like you look at the PlayStation 3 when it launched, it had the fat one, and it got to the Slim one. The Slim one ran games better than the PlayStation 3 fat. It is what it is. But you guys didn't call the PlayStation 3 Slim a new fucking console. It's the fucking PlayStation 3. And I'm gonna say this again. The Xbox Scorpio is in the Xbox One family. It's a mid-cycle refresh. This motherfucker claim, well, no, it got to be a new generation because that console is 6 teraflops. That's too big. What Sony shit is 4 teraflops, 4.2. You know what I mean? Like, you guys lost. You fucking kept fucking. You mommy the motherfuckers in the zoo. They keep fucking with the lions, fucking with the gorillas until the cage, when the cage swing open and they maul your ass. I kept fucking with Microsoft. Like the fucking hungry giant was asleep. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a pony one, but you know what the fuck I mean. You guys just kept picking, and now you didn't fucking deliver the fucking beast that Sony can afford to fucking make. Let's be honest with you. Sony is really spreading itself thin with fucking hardware. They had the VR, a rumored PlayStation 4 Slim K or whatever fuck, and the fucking Neo. Like, stop it. Like, y'all need to stop. Like, come on. You can't have it both ways. Like I said yesterday in the show, and I'm not going to be here long. Like I said in yesterday's show, like, you guys are forever moving the goalpost to fit your own narratives. Like, stop. You're making yourself look fucking foolish. The Scorpio is not a next-gen fucking console. Find me one article with Phil or Microsoft saying that the Scorpio is a 9th-gen console. Now, the Nintendo NX, that's a 9th-gen console. Both Microsoft and Sony did something new this generation. They gave us cycle refreshes of, the console because they are rather anemic. And, games are becoming very demanding, bigger worlds and stuff. And as time goes forward, start to look this, for some of the bigger, games to be quote unquote sub 1080p on the PlayStation 4, maybe 720p, and they're gonna be 1080p 60 on the PlayStation 4 Neo. I mean, it is what it is. It's not a big fucking deal. But again, stop trying to fucking switch the narrative to fit your own agenda. Like, cut the bullshit. And you Xbox fans out there, don't let them get away with this shit, okay? And again, I know some motherfuckers are jumping ship, and I'm reading the comments says, but you guys know who's been there from day one. You know what I mean? Like, like you and tell you something, who kills me, the ones that claimed they were fucking neutral and then, and went with Sony because they were winning or was perceived to have the better console. Now all of them are coming back screaming, oh yeah, fuck that Scorpio. Get out of here. Stop it, man. Like, God, like I said, something like I wasn't even gonna do a fucking video. I was just gonna wait to BGST. But listen, I go to my Twitter this morning. Actually, I'm not even an early bird. I was up at 8. I don't go to bed till about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm a fucking rock star. But anyway, I got up like 8:30 this morning. Had to take a dick pill and get me and and Snapchat with this hot granny from Arizona. So I think I finished with my with my adultery and whatever the fuck else I was doing. So I grabbed my phone and I looked on fucking Twitter and I'm like, my God, people are assaulting me, personally attacking me. I didn't say anything about anybody in my video yesterday. I just told the truth. Now you guys talk about it's all about 1080p. Like, what the fuck? No. Like I said, just because your console of choice can't do fucking 4K gaming and now it's good. You never heard Xbox fans say, well, it's not about 1080p, it's about 900p. No. We fucking ate our humble pie. It is what it is. But guess what? Now we have the upper hand. And I think it's the funniest shit in the world where y'all motherfuckers out there scrambling like Joe Montana. Like you're looking, you're dumpster diving for articles. Oh, look, Microsoft, they lost a share. Oh, look, stop it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you motherfuckers look sillier than a Master P sneaker. Like I'm like, do you have any fucking pride? Do you have any self-dignity? Take your fucking L like a man, and you know what I mean, and counter. You know what I mean? If you want, like I said, to argue about who has the better exclusives or that's subjective. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care for a lot of Sony exclusives like the Persona 5s and the Drive Club, but I'm a big fan. I like God of War. I like give me another one. I don't know what else I like from Sony. I'm not a big Uncharted fan, but I did like the last Uncharted. Of course, Street Fighter. That was but I don't care for. I'm not into platformers. I'm not into Ratchet and Clanks. I don't give a fuck if it was Conquer on the Xbox, but I'm not really into platformers. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? But I say that to say this. You know what I mean? If you guys want to flip it to that and say, okay, fine. But don't say that fucking 4K is irrelevant. You're trying to take away all of Microsoft's, not Microsoft, the Scorpio's, strong points, because Sony can't do them. You know what I mean? And like just to, I guess, to make yourself feel even or for make things fair, you can still bump your chest and well it's still gonna. Here's a new thing. Well, it's gonna be like the fucking Scorpio is gonna get Dreamcasted. Like, knock it the fuck off, man. Stop. And I will say this because and I'm just me being besides this console war shit and just me being honest, both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, even though Sony did sell more, were very successful consoles this generation. Both of them are far exceeding their predecessors, the 360 and the PlayStation 3. Now, I don't know how long. I don't know if their lifetime sales will meet that or match that. I don't know how long this generation is going to last, but I do expect to see a PlayStation 5 from Sony probably in about 3 years. That's just my opinion. I mean, it's business. I don't expect Sony to sit there and get their teeth kicked in for 3 years. I mean, 3 to 4 years and not come back with something because 4K. I mean, I would say this: in 3 years, we're gonna have 8K television, so that's gonna be the new fucking fad. You know what I mean? And so then, like I said, I do expect, not I do expect, but for Sony, whoever with the gaming, to keep up with technology. You know what I mean? So you're gonna probably have 8K cards on the market. Like I said again, technology is forever moving forward. I just said the ideal thing, the thought of us staying in a closed box for 7 years, it's not practical anymore. If you want gaming to keep growing and thriving and bigger and better worlds and new, fresher ideas, we have to give it the program. You know what I mean? Like I said again, Microsoft and Sony, to their credit, said no gamer left behind. Now, could that change in 2 to 3 years? You may have some developer came out and said, that their game couldn't be made on, on the older vanilla PlayStation 4s or standard PS4s and Xbox One. Yeah, that can come out 3 to 4 years, whatever the case may be. But it is, you get what you pay for. You know what I mean? But another thing I want to address here in this video that I really didn't nail home. Now you're saying, well, this console is going to fail because it doesn't have any true exclusives. Like, what the fuck? Like Do you know how fucking stupid you sound? So fucking Halo failed because I can play Halo 1 and fucking PC. You know, like you fuck, like some, like I'm just honestly, this is nothing new. What Microsoft is doing as far as the exclusives, they've always came to fucking PC. If they're just being more open with it right now. You know what I mean? You're gonna play where you are comfortable at. You know, and to be honest with you, Microsoft doesn't give a fuck where you play as long as you buy their software. They don't get, honestly, they don't give a fuck if you play on the PlayStation 4 because 99.9% of your exclusives and your multiplats that you buy for the PlayStation 4, Microsoft gets a cut. Why? Because they own fucking Havoc. You know what I mean? So they don't give a fuck. You know, like I'm just being honest. Like if you really want to, like I told you guys before, if you really want to know who's running fucking gaming, how you say the new world order, you know, behind the scenes, it's fucking Microsoft. To you, you know, and to you PC elitists out there, just get you a rig. Microsoft says thank you. Buy your 1,000 desktops, build your 1,000 rigs. Long as you're running Windows, they don't give a fuck. Well, we'll never buy a game out of the Windows Store. So what? They still got your money because of your operating system. Fact. When you buy your fucking games from Steam, Microsoft still don't get a cut because what? They have their, I won't even say 9 out of 10, but damn it, 10 out of 10 games that come out are running the fucking Havoc. So Microsoft doesn't care. That's when they can play where you like. They don't give a fuck. I don't have any interest of playing with fucking mouse and keyboards. I don't care. As long as, and again, if you let me know the day when you can play Halo on your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One or your Nintendo NX, or you can play Gears of War on those, then you can come back to me to talk. But that's like me again saying, like I said, you Sony guys can't have it both ways. Well, if Microsoft doesn't have, or he say quote unquote, the Scorpio doesn't have any exclusives, well, then Neo doesn't have any fucking exclusives. Sony already came out and said it's not going to be any exclusive software for the goddamn console. Secondly, I can play a lot of Sony's exclusives on my Samsung television. So are those still fucking PlayStation exclusive with PlayStation Now? Like, you guys are, stop it. You with this shit, you sound like fucking my daughter. I swear to God, about Maya, she's fucking 5 years old. You know what I mean? Hey, daddy, what? She begs for everybody's shit in the house. Fucking 5-year-old, then it weighs fucking 85 pounds. Maya's fucking huge. But, daddy, can I have some of this? Can I have some of that? And as soon as you touch so much shit, daddy, why you eating my ice cream? Why you eating my ice? Like, you've been eating my shit all day. Like, what the fuck? Like, you guys, you sound like children out there. Like, you're taking the fun out of this console war. Like, us Xbox dudes, we had humble pie. You guys got it off. You had the better hardware. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, we can argue all day about who has the better exclusive. You know what I mean? That's your opinion. At the end of the day, I prefer Microsoft exclusives to Sony's exclusive. That's just my opinion and my preference. A lot of you like that Japanese shit. When a girl go in the bathroom and shit on you, that weird shit. Again, that's your fucking preference. Okay? But it's one thing that you cannot argue nor debate is who's going to have the better version of the multi-plat. And I've always told you that's why the Xbox 360 was so successful because it had the better version of the multi-plat. That's the reason why the PlayStation 4 was so successful, because it quote unquote had the better version of the multi-plat. It is what it is. But that's no longer the case. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now when we get The Witcher 4 and our shit is 4K and your guys is, that checkerboard 4K shit? You know what? I want to read these motherfucking Digital Foundry articles. You know what I mean? The comparison. What they, you know what I mean? Or the IGNs. Well, when you got both Call of Duties, when they say they're going to get the edge to the PlayStation version because it was in 1080p. And again, the version that they played was in 720p. That's when, this resolution is bunches of bullshit. But, 4K, that's something. I'll be honest with you. I probably couldn't tell the difference between native 4K and upscaled 4K. I'm just being honest. And to be fair, if it was that noticeable by the naked eye, Digital Foundry wouldn't have these $1,000 machines to detect the fucking resolutions in the frame. If you can just tell by eye. If that's just an opinion, I'm just being fair here. But again, us having dynamic resolutions. You guys make fun of that, you know, and all that shit here. You remember how you guys tore Quantum Break apart, how they was able to achieve 1080p. They took a bunch of 720p images, put them together, and, you know, MS, you know, and you got, no, that's 720. You remember that shit? Well, you guys are going to get the same fucking thing, because you read the fucking, we all seen the specs. The PS4 cannot achieve native 4K 1800p. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't mind poking fun of my, you know, of the Xbox community, or the Xbox. Like I said, this generation, I heard some of the craziest resolutions in the world. 790. I mean, was Titanfall was 7092p. I've never heard of 900p. I honestly, as a console game, I never really paid attention to resolution. But I looked at the official documents. What I already saw them before, but I looked at them again. And I looked over the resolutions. I've heard of 2160p, but I've never. There's some of them fucking, you know, resolution they named, you know, that the console can achieve. You guys are gonna get the same fucking treatment. And one thing I want to say this: I didn't see anything about HDR there, unless I missed it. Now I don't know what Sony, I think he uses. I don't know. They don't even use Vulkan. They use OpenGPL or whatever the hell. I didn't see anything about HDR. Now, I know HDR is embedded, I think, in Windows 10 and DirectX 12, a software side. And if you guys don't know, you know that HDR 10 is the standard. You have HDR Dolby Visual, whatever the hell. That's the better version, but that's more like a chip. HDR 10 is more like software, which is the standard. So you guys out there, you know, buying these new 4K televisions to take advantage of the HDR, make sure the television set supports HDR 10. I just, you know, want to say that, you know what I mean? Cross your fingers. I'm most likely going to be, I might even have to buy a television. I'm not going to say a certain company reached out to me and they want me to, you know, review this set on my channel. Like I said, you'd be surprised to watch this shit here, you know, at the end of the day. So I may be partnering with someone, knock on wood, but I cross that bridge when it comes here. But anyway, as I was saying, before I was, you know, went on this tangent, just stop this shit. Enjoy what you have. You know what I mean? Eat your fucking humble pie. Stop trying to fucking move the fucking goalposts. The Scorpio is not a 9th generation console. It's a mid-cycle refresh, just the same thing as the Neo, but it's better, much better hardware. You're going to be using the Zen. You know what I mean? And Vega. You know what I mean? So again, and it is much as bigger than, like I said, 6 teraflops compared to 4.2 teraflops. It's much bigger than that, because also I'm hearing that at a minimum that the Xbox Scorpio is going to be 6, but maybe a little higher. But you also got to look at the computer units. You know what I mean? We're talking about 36 compute. Well, the PS4 went from 18 to 36 compute units. It basically doubled, which, you know, is cool. But the Xbox One, I believe, is going from 12 compute units to 60 compute units. Like, that's a, you know what I mean? God damn, that's a lot of motherfucking mustard on that hot dog right there. You know what I mean? That's a lot of mustard. You know what I mean? And so again, to put this in how you say, in layman's terms, that to equal the power of the Scorpio, you're gonna have to buy a Neo and a standard fucking PlayStation 4. Combine those together, and you'll get the power of the Scorpio. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So again, multi-plat games are not only are they going to run at a higher resolution, they're going to look better graphically. That's where they're going to get fucking curb stomped. You know what I mean? To equal the power of the Scorpio, you're going to need a fucking Neo and a standard fucking PlayStation 4. I'm just, you know, I just want to, you know, to make clear that, you know what I mean? So, you know, let me go in the comment section. What I got in the comment? Forza didn't exactly set the world on fire on PC. Like I said, they won't buy from that shitty store. RXO, I don't know. So I don't understand what you're saying. You know, most people, I'm just to be real, a lot of PC guys don't like to buy games. I don't know if, you know, I mean, they like to bootleg their shit. So, you know, how you say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. You know, and again, Forza, I'm not even a big Forza Motorsport fan. The Horizon's my shit. I don't care for motorsport, right? I don't care for them run. I like, you know, I like the, how you say, like the arcade, you know, racers. I'm not into the sim racers, but I don't get what you're saying, you know what I mean? Because people don't want to buy it from. And again, Microsoft also said they're open to the fact of put some of their games on Steam in the Steam store. And again, I don't think it's more of a preference of where you can buy the fucking game at, because if you're a gamer, that's like say I want to fucking play Madden 17, but I don't want it. I don't want to buy it from fucking EA store. I'm not gonna cut off my nose to spite my face. If you're a gamer, you want to fucking play the game, you're gonna fucking buy the game, no matter what store it's in. You know what I mean? And again, Microsoft doesn't give a fuck where you play, what you play on, as long as you're spending any money. But that's what you extremists that you don't really understand. Microsoft is they don't give a fuck about this console war. They're all about a dollar. They're all about the status quo. And when it comes to business, Sony is not the fucking smartest. I'm just being real. They're just like their chief financial officers been sleeping with their fucking auntie. Like they're fucking retarded when it comes to fucking hardware. If they're releasing 2 fucking consoles this fucking year, the PS4 Slim and the PlayStation 4 Neo, that's the dumbest shit ever. Like, I'm just being real. That's the dumbest shit ever. Now, according to Amazon of Spain, I think the Neo release date got leaked, and the price, it was 400 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. That's about $450 in USA money. I said the Neo will probably cost about $450. It's coming out October 13th. So cool. So, man, at the end of the day, enjoy it. Now, am I going to buy a Neo? Yes, I am. Why? Because I'm a gamer. Even though I do bleed green, I'm not going to cut off my nose to spite my face. If I want to play a game that's on a rival platform, I'm going to do so. I'm not, worried about who's going to sell what for the MPD the following month. Like, I don't give a fuck. None of that money goes in my pocket. I don't care. I don't not fucking care, because when it comes down to the bottom line, like I want you to be clear this. When it comes, if you want to compare the companies and what they worth or whatever, the Xbox division, whatever it falls in, is worth more than Sony in a fucking whole. That's not up for fucking debate, or that's not my conjecture or my opinion. That's fact. You know what I mean? Sony would cut off their right arm, their left testicle, and probably sell their newborn baby to be in Microsoft position financially. You know what I mean? Just to be honest, you know what I mean? They're closing their cell phone department probably to make the fucking Neo, whatever the goddamn case. I don't care. Anything. I don't want to go on this long tangent, so I'm just telling you guys, just take your fucking L. Have some dignity, okay? Come up with a better argument. You know what I mean? Say you guys got the better games, the better online, but don't start making up shit. When you do that, you make yourself look fucking stupid. Now, I'm not one to be doing these exposed videos, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I really don't. Sometimes I don't really comment on shit that goes on in this community. You know what I mean? Because if it doesn't more or less affect me, because I can give a fuck what someone else talks about on their channel. But they do it to me. They do it to Crap. They do it to Tim. They do it to, anybody related with BGST. Everything that we do here within this gaming community, whether how big or how small, we're under a fucking Microsoft. To the biggest YouTuber to the small, you just had to know talking about Iron Wolf. Rich has went at me before in the past too, but just went out fucking Crap. You had, different fucking syndications, or Machinima. Like I said in the day, like BGST, the brand itself is growing. I want to say that, and thank you to you guys. Not saying we're the world's biggest fucking podcast on the fucking, no, I'm not saying that, but I will say this: we on this side of the YouTube, the smaller size, BGST was the first that I know of weekly show. We've been running now about 2.5 years. The same crew. RIP to John Doe. Say that's my boy. I gotta speak to my man John Doe. We need to do a reunion with all of the past and fallen soldiers of BGST. But thank you guys for supporting us. Sign up for the website, bgstpodcast.com. I'll leave the link down below. Now, listen here. Probably the most active user on the site, this is so my appreciation. Like I said, I am getting another 4K television because the TV I bought last year doesn't have HDR, even though it's a fucking high-end Sony and it doesn't have HDR. But you know what? I need to read the manual on the site because I just got an update on this television. I don't know, but because HDR10 is more of a software thing. I don't know, but as of right now, I know this doesn't have HDR. So I'm buying another 4K television. Well, I may get one from a partnership that I may be doing. Okay, knock on wood. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this 4K that's here, going to put it in the front room. Okay, And I just bought it. I just bought this TV. Now this TV here in the front room does do HDR. I bought that TV this year, but that's only a 50-inch. You know what I mean? I like 55s and 60. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take this one, put that in the front room. Take the one in the front room, put that in my bedroom. The one in the bedroom was also 4K. Put that one downstairs in my daughter's room. The one that's in my daughter's room, I'm gonna put that in Maya's room. And the one that's in Maya's room, she has a 4K television also. I'm gonna put that on the site, and I'll probably give it away to the most active user on the site just to say thank you. The set that's in Maya's room, I believe, we got in 2014 when we first moved after the fire. You know, she said, "I want a big TV," and you know, I buy fucking TVs every fucking year. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, so I may do that. You know, I mean, you know, the TV that if I do give it away, because my grandmother's not really into shit like that, it's not HDR compatible. You know what I mean? It's not. So you know, but it is 4K. It's a Sony television. But anyway, any questions in the comment section before I get the hell out of here? Any you know what I mean? He said, shout out to my man Psycho Gamer, man. Get ready for Thursday, bro. 7 o'clock. Hey, Hector 69. Hey, bro, you said next year I'm a PC dude. I buy all my games. Okay, and my hat's off to you. But Hector 69, you know, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know what I'm talking about. There is a big issue with piracy in the PC gaming community. You know what I'm talking about. So and, you know, like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Now, me personally, you know, if I did game on a PC and I had a beast of a rig or whatever, I wouldn't want to go dumpster diving into them torrent sites and fucking up my PC with a bunch of fucking malware and spyware and all a bunch of viruses and shit. That's why I love my Mac. I'll be on as much spawn as I want, streaming from here to fucking Kumaraya. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But yeah, I had a guy. The fuck was his name? He was from the UK. But anyway, he got his first rig one time. I got him. What the fuck was this guy's name? And he went to, you know, one of those torrent sites or something. He got a fucked up ass virus that fucking ran through fucked up his motherboard and his RAM or something. Unless he was lying. That's what he told me, unless he never bought a fucking rig. But that's what he told me. I don't know how true it is, but I know a lot of those torrent sites and sites like this, that they do have a lot of fucking viruses and shit. You know what I mean? Because I used to have a modded 360. I don't have it anymore. And I used to go to those sites and get those JTAG games and all that shit. And then, I had a laptop that I used to use, and that used to run fucked up because it had hella viruses. So anyway, I wouldn't do that. Games already on Steam and shit is fucking dirt cheap. But you know, a lot of those PC guys, they don't want to pay for shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. My man Big Red said the Wii U is king. Yes, in fucking Disney World. You're absolutely right, bro. Yeah, the Wii U is king amongst 2-year-olds. Like, no, I'm just fucking with you, bro. I have an LG with HDR Pro. Mark, shout out to you, Mark Sutton. What model number do you have? Hold up. Sony comes slow. Animals fuck out of here. My PC shits on the Scorpio one specs really. Hey, bro. Hey, Angel Rivera. And I'm gonna say this as humbly as respectfully as I can. I don't know what you have in your rig. You may have 4 Titans. #plug. But we're talking about a console. We're not talking about a gaming rig. You know what I mean? That's. And you know, don't get me wrong. When the Scorpio releases, it will be powerful than probably about, you know, over half of the gaming rigs out there. You gotta look at it like this. And this was told to me by a developer, which makes sense. If you going by the specs that are in the Scorpio, at a minimum is 6 T-flops, right? I don't know what cards out there in the market that can do that. If you have a card that's 6 T-flops or whatever, cool. But you got to realize that whole card is not dedicated to gaming. You know what I mean? Inside the console, you know, the Scorpio, that all that was in it is allocated for gaming. It's a closed environment. It's not the same thing on PC. You have apps, you got Windows running, even though the Scorpio is going to be a Windows 10 device, but it's not running the whole kernel. It doesn't have a system hog like Windows and other things. Right now, hit Control Alt Delete. You know, you can check out your CPU usage and all that shit. Look at all this shit that's running in the background now on your gaming rig. You know what I mean? With a console, you don't have that. So if you take a PC with the same specs or even slightly higher than the Scorpio will still dance circles around it because, you know, games will be fully optimized for the Scorpio. That's one thing I don't like about PCs. You know, you can have a Titan. He got a 980. There's so many different variables. So games are not fully optimized for fucking, you know, PCs. They're not. But you PC guys should be happy that both Microsoft and Sony are doing mid-cycle refreshes, with beefier hardware, because real PC gaming, or console gaming, holds back PC gaming. You know what I mean? But again, for like shout out to my boy Showstyle, before gaming to move forward, PC is at the head. You know what I mean? All the graphics card games are made on PC x86. You know what I mean? That has to move forward. So again, I don't have a problem with us getting new hardware every 4 years or so. I'm fine. Give me the option and give me the choice. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with options. Some people I just got my Xbox One last year. Cool. You don't have to buy. You don't you don't have to buy anything. You can still play what you have. You know what I mean? Zaire, will you feel held back by the Xbox One when you get the Scorpio? No, because of Microsoft. If you don't know, they have the Windows Universal UDP, where they can make one game that will scale up and scale down. That's why the guy from Epic, I forgot his name, or ex-employee, was fussing at Microsoft because he's saying that they were trying to take over the gaming industry. Microsoft are giving the developers the tools to make fucking games. There's one code, and I told you guys about DirectX 12 and Windows 10. They don't have to make a game for the PC and then make a game for the console, yada yada. They can just make a game with one code and it will scale up or scale down. You know what I mean? No, and to answer your question, the Xbox One will not be holding the Scorpio back by any means. No, you know what I mean? No, Now I don't know. Like I said, I don't know more or less what Sony's doing on their side, and what do they have as far as dev software tools and kits and stuff. I don't know. You know what I mean? But Sony is also very adamant that they don't want any extra perks besides resolutions, graphic fidelity, higher resolution, frames per second, on the Neo compared to the Scorpio. Like I said, it was 2016. They left Sony behind. The Scorpio is half as powerful as the PCs I have now. Okay, hey brother, you're in a console fucking conversation here. We're not talking about PC. Hey bro, you should take your PC talk to a PC platform and go in there and say who has the bigger rig. Like it's like me saying my daughter has a remote control car, Ferrari, and I got a real Ferrari, and I say, hey, my Ferrari's faster than yours. No shit, Sherlock. You have a fucking open platform. You can add to what you like. You know what I mean? So what the fuck? I don't understand it. Like we're talking about consoles. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, PC talk, unless we're talking about multi-platform and exclusive, like you're bugging. Like you're coming to a fucking a kid's show and tell, showing off a real gun when else got played, and no one gives a fuck. You can add what you want to your fucking PC. Like, who cares? No one gives a fuck. I'm a console. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, but that shit to me just sounds crazy as hell. You're in a console debate conversation here, quote unquote console war. And yet, well, look, this the Neo Scorpio's already outdated. My rig, who the fuck that, bro? Okay, cool. Okay, not you know what I mean? I got a very beastly rig behind me. I don't give a fuck. But that's just not my thing. I don't want to play on PC. I don't want to do with keyboard and mouse. My friends play on fucking consoles. I'm just being real. You maybe the majority of your friends play on PC. Cool. Maybe you don't have any friends. To me, when my short stint on PC or whatever the hell, I haven't been on my Steam account in forever. It was a very lonely experience, man. I can count on one hand the number of times I had a social game. I blew RXL out in fucking 2K. I think I played someone else from the community. Like I don't like, no one talks. Like it to me is a very, very lonely fucking experience, man. That's just my opinion. Okay. So let me ask you a question. You guys are so behind on Scorpio, all right? Like I said, you have such high standards for Microsoft and very low standards when it comes to Sony. So if the Scorpio will be outdated next year by PC, again, you're still talking about PC. So is the Neo outdated now? He said AMD cards are the worst in the market. Okay, maybe for PC, they just when it came with a 480 for $200, a very affordable card. Again, I don't know much about AMD card. I do prefer NVIDIA better, but we're talking about console. AMD, does just well for for consoles. They're cheaper and they're affordable. And again, this is a console conversation. So, are you talking to someone in the comment section, or is this more or less directed at me? I can't compare all I fucking want. I don't know if you're talking to me. Once I heard you can get Unless you installing a motherboard. I gave up on PC. Yes, the Neo is outdated, but the games are exclusive. Hey, brother, I'm glad you said that right there. Project Dorkia was going to flop. My man. Okay. Let me say this. And how would you define what defines it's being exclusive? Okay. Again, because there's nothing stopping from Sony, first of all, from putting PS Now on mobile devices or cell or computers anywhere. I have it on my television. Okay. Nothing stops us from putting PlayStation 4 games on their cloud. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I can play some of Sony exclusives on my Samsung television. Does that still make them exclusive? Going by your theory, we're here talking about a console. Halo 1 was on PC. Who gave a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get this. So let me tell you something. Exclusives don't have as much, oomph as they used to. We're not talking about the days from Sonic and fucking Mario. You know what I mean? Multi-plats fucking rule. You know what I mean? To me, what the PC will always be fucking irrelevant. I don't have to hope and pray and send petitions if I'm going to get a multi-plat game or not. You know what I mean? I don't have to do that. That's why I don't have to wait 19 years to get Grand Theft Auto 5. I want I can get it played now. That's not my thing, What you mean? Would you stop comparing extreme? So you trying to say my television is not a fucking my television is not a fucking a hardware? Like shut the fuck up, Amaziago. And I mean that in the most disrespectful tone I can ever imagine. That can muster up. First, you buy a PlayStation 4, Amaziago, then you can enjoy and then you can indulge in this console, quote unquote, war. Once you get a PS4, then you can come over. Then you can talk about how great the PlayStation 4 is. You don't even have a PlayStation 4 here. You can call me Mr. Fantastic, but even I have a PlayStation 4 and you don't. You know what I mean? You out there fucking selling ass at a topless fucking nudie bar. You the only male dancer in there, and you don't have a fucking PlayStation 4. Right now, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe page for Amaziago. We're gonna get this. Like I said, ponies are very, very poor people. We're gonna get this guy Amaziago a fucking PS4. We're gonna get. Do you want the Neo or do you want the fucking standard? Because you were just in the conversation of the day and said there's no need for a Neo. The PS4 vanilla can run everything that the Neo can. Shut the fuck up. Nighthawk said, you're right, Next Gen 7. What am I right about, Nighthawk? So Next Gen, so Street Fighter 5 and Quantum Break are both, they're exclusive to console. Yes. Again, we're talking about fucking consoles. Bro, long as it's not on a fucking rival. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys this, and you can shit it. What makes it not it being exclusive? Because Microsoft is selling their own intellectual properties inside their own store. That's like prime example. If I had I used to have a fucking store, right? Let's say if I had a store that I sold fucking Next Gen 720 P sneakers exclusively be out of my store, right? Only way you can buy my fucking sneakers is out of my store on 555 Central Avenue. But guess what? I go home, I got a few customers stop by my house to buy the Next Gen 720p sneakers from me out of my house. Does that not make that my sneakers exclusive to my store? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? You're trying to say that Microsoft can sell their own intellectual property in their own store? You sound stupid as fuck. And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but it's the dumbest shit ever. It's their games, their store. The PC is not a fucking platform. It's, you know what I mean? It's a multiple device. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, what? I'm just for real. Like, is it Dell? Is it Hewlett Packard? Who the fuck? What company speaks up for the PC race? I know you got Nintendo, you got Microsoft, you got Sony. That's their hardware. Is it going to be Dell? Is it going to be Hewlett Packard? Who the fuck is it? Is it going to be an E-Machine? Like, we're talking about fucking consoles. Prime example, I can play Smash Brothers on the fucking Wii U, right? I can also play it on the 3DS. Does that not make it still exclusive to Nintendo? Even better, I can play God of War, Chains of Olympus on the fucking Vita. I can also play it on the, on the PlayStation 2. Does that not make God of War fucking exclusive? Just because I can play the God of War on the PSP, I can play God of War on my fucking Vita. Does that not make God of War fucking exclusive? You can't have it all ways. Who the fuck gives a fuck? Like, you sound you're mad at Microsoft for being the behemoth that they are. Like, you're bugging. If you hate Microsoft that much, install fucking Windows from your fucking rig and run Linux and so many fucking games you enjoy on Steam then. I'm just being real. Like, cut this shit. You sound fucking ridiculous. It's Microsoft's own intellectual property that they're selling in their own fucking store. They don't, this theirs. Now, listen, here's the thing. Now, if it comes to the fucking Nintendo NX or the fucking PlayStation, whatever the fuck, Cloud or whatever the Neo, then yeah, okay, fine. I consider Street Fighter V an exclusive. It's not on the fucking, the Wii U, it's not on the fucking Xbox One. Okay, more people play on consoles than PC, period. Fact. Like, stop it with the weird, and I don't know if it's the, come on, it's not going to sell any well because it doesn't have any exclusives. Let me ask you guys a question. What did Grand Theft Auto sell more? Did it sell more on consoles or did it sell more on fucking PCs? Titanfall, you said the same shit. Did it sell more on the Xbox One or did it sell more on the fucking PC? Quantum Break, did it sell more on the fucking Xbox One or did it sell more on the fucking PC? Killer Instinct, did it sell more on the Xbox One or more on the fucking PC? No one gives a fuck about PC. Just you guys. You push this narrative. But again, Microsoft doesn't give a fuck where you play. Fuck you. Pay me. That's all. Fuck you. Pay me. Like, what the fuck? You're breaking out the ether. This wasn't even this type of show, wasn't even this type of podcast. But to say that the Scorpio doesn't have any fucking exclusive is asinine. And by that same theory, the PlayStation 4 Neo is not going to have any exclusives. Why? Because I'm going to be able to play the new God of War on the vanilla PlayStation 4. Cut it with your bullshit. You sound fucking stupid. And I don't like the stupidest and dumb is a very harsh word. And I don't like to use that type of, not on this channel here. And I enjoy everyone that comes out, even because we can all agree to disagree. But you got to stop moving the goal. Like, you sound silly as fuck. You know what? Hey, baby, we got a store, right? And you make this special sandwich called hot dogs on wheels. And you want to buy this sandwich, you can only come to motherfucking Next Gen 720 and Chanel's mom and pop shop, right? Boom. We go home. A few customers stop by our home, stop by our beautiful home, the suburbs. Hey, can we buy a sandwich off you guys this week? Is that still not make that sandwich exclusive to my store? Did I not get fucking paid? Like, you fucking fuck. Listen, let me tell you guys this. Okay? You think that Sony has so much allegiance to quote unquote the console, right? I didn't hear you guys screaming when they had Sony Online Entertainment, right? And them games were on fucking PC. You still claim those games as exclusives, right? Planet Side, what's it? All that shit. You Sony, you PlayStation motherfuckers, you still claim fucking DC Universe Online. You still claim all those games as being exclusives, even though they was on PC, right? But then as soon as Sony sold Sony Online Entertainment, those games came to the Xbox One, cool, they're not exclusive anymore. Like, you guys can't have it both ways. When Sony was in the quote-unquote PC industry or whatever the fuck, and they were making games, they had their own PC. EverQuest and all that shit. Whenever EverQuest and all that shit may have came to the PlayStation 3, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Whatever the fuck game, or EverQuest Online, all that shit was slated to come out on the PlayStation 4. You guys was listing that shit as it being exclusive. Am I right or am I wrong? Why? Because that game right there was not available on a rival platform. The Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, the Nintendo NX is not in competition with fucking Hewlett Packard. They're not in competition with Dell. They're not in competition with the Alienware. They're not in fucking they're in competition with each other. You what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're bugging. That's like if Nintendo right now was to put Pokemon Go on their fucking Wii U or the NX. Guess what? You motherfuckers will be counting it as an exclusive, right? Why? Because you can only play that game on that fucking console. Like, you stop it moving. Like, again, I hope I'm speaking, and not coming up as being belligerent or anything like that. That you understand what I'm saying. That you stop trying to move the goalposts that fit your own narrative. Okay, all the Microsoft is doing is making a little money on the side, and you act like you're mad at that. They're just taking their own. They could what they do now. What Microsoft is doing is ingenious. They're doing the same thing that Nintendo was doing. Okay, but you guys pray. What I mean by that, when Nintendo condensed their handheld market and combined it with their fucking console market, you motherfucker was clapping. Bravo! Hold on. Oh fuck this. You guys about to get this fucking work. You about to get this fucking next gen ether. I ain't want to go there, man. Hold on for a second, man. I had to get a sip of water. When Nintendo consolidated their fucking handheld fucking market and with their console market, they said, you know what? We're hustling backwards. We can't get out enough software in time because we got, and that was the biggest gripe about the Wii U, because you know what I mean? They put out that many exclusive. They couldn't do the games because they had one team pulling that way. They had another team pulling this way. But now what they did, they couldn't fucking, they brought the handheld and the console team business together, right? So most likely the NX is going to be a hybrid, a fucking home console and a handheld console. But you guys applaud them and you clapped again, bro, fucking roll, right? So Microsoft say, hey, we got this hip device, the Xbox One. Which, you know why you call it the Xbox One? Because everything that Microsoft is involved with, so the cloud, fucking Skype, everything, you can get one goddamn machine, right? So you know what? And it also runs Windows 10, right? So you know what? Why not consolidate with everything that we're doing, Windows or whatever the fuck we can do? Bring it all fucking together. Bring it in under one fucking roof. The PC games, agent, and everything that we do, we make games on the PC exclusively still. You know, good. We're gonna move those games over to the console, bring it all under one roof. But it's a fucking problem for you guys. That's, you know what, man, fear what they don't understand. They hate what they can't conquer. That's just the theory of man. You know what I mean? Microsoft's a monster, man. Like, stop it. There's no, like, you know, we're talking about one of the top 2 wealthiest companies in the fucking world. Like, there's nothing that you can hate on them about. Okay? Now, and again, I don't like, you know, when you guys come with this and be like, who the fuck am I? Like, come on, bro. Like I said, Sony is a fucking pimple and Nintendo is a pimple on Microsoft's ass. They can fucking sweep them both up in one fucking finger and not miss a fucking step. We're talking about the same company that fucking spent $2 billion for Minecraft. And which, again, they say thank you to all you Sony players that went out and bought it. Thank you to all you Nintendo players when they made their money back in 1 year. Do you think Nintendo or Sony could have spent $2 billion without fucking blinking and making a loan and getting? No. Be thankful. You guys right now, they're enjoying your PlayStation 4s. You're playing online. You're talking. Thank fucking Microsoft. You guys right now, they're buying still games out of your eShop and out of your PlayStation stores. Thank Microsoft. They bought all that shit to console gaming, your friends list, you know, achievements. You guys like your fucking trophies, don't you? Thank Microsoft. Like, you pray on Microsoft's downfall. You don't want a world, you know what I mean? This is your hobby that you say you love, right? You're passionate about it. I can tell you hear in the comment section, you know, whether you choose to agree with it or not, you're here every week in the comment section, right? This is a hobby, you know what I mean? So for you want Microsoft out of the business, right? So it can just be fucking Sony, right? But that's taken away from gaming. Both Microsoft and Sony are at their best for us when they're on the big stage competing. You don't want a fucking world where it's just Sony. You remember last generation when Sony got cocky, they dropped that fucking $600 brick because they annihilated, they fucking bombed out the competition of the GameCube and the original Xbox. You want that Sony back again? I'm just asking you guys a question. You know, be a fucking gamer. Stop with the bullshit. You think if you buy an Xbox One, that Sony's gonna, it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's the craziest thing in the world. You're gonna hate on an exclusive that you know you want to play, but it's on a rival fucking platform. Now, if you can't afford to do it, that's fine. But if you have the means or whatever the fuck, I mean, consoles, $300. Like, I'm not trying to put myself in anyone's financial situation. Maybe you can buy them both at launch, but like, come on, man. I'm not gonna stop my. You think I'm gonna miss Horizon Zero Dawn because it's on a PlayStation? No, I'm not. I'm a gamer. Even though we are all biased, we all have our preference. I don't get caught up in the bullshit about who sells. I don't give a fuck because none of that shit goes in my pocket. I'm gonna use this shit to pop shit and this, that. But I really don't give a fuck. I'm just being honest. I don't. So if you thought I cared, I don't. I don't. You gotta realize this. YouTube is 99.9% entertainment. Don't get me wrong. I think some of this console war shit. Don't get me wrong. I stand firmly by my beliefs. I do feel that the Xbox is a better system, and that's not no jive. That's why I don't lose in fucking debates, because you can't tell me that the PlayStation is better. That's my opinion. When I debate these motherfuckers, when I destroy them, like the Blackbuster Critics, the Rated D's, the Jabaris, even RXLs. I got RXL 209. I have a debate between me and you. I have it on my cloud. If you're still in the comment section, I might put that up on it, because I had a fire, and if you don't know, I'm not I lost my first Mac, but I didn't realize when I got a new iPhone and I was going through my videos, that fucking video was on my cloud. I may upload that, but anyway, that's why I don't lose the debate, because when they come to debate me, they bring their opinions. I say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? I deal with the facts. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about it was the Atari Jaguar. I would debate you if that was my preferred console. I would debate you to the fucking cows come home, because that's my opinion. That's my preference. Okay? But at the end of the day, I am a gamer. You can say what you want about Big Gamer Small Talk podcast. We're the biggest Microsoft cocksuckers in the world, but everyone on that podcast owns a fucking PlayStation 4. Could you say the same for you? We don't have the fucking pick and choose, whether they like their exclusives or not. You know what I mean? That's up for debate. You know what I mean? I thought, Mooch, I don't think Mooch really cared for Uncharted too much or whatever. I thought Uncharted was pretty cool. Mooch hates God of War. I love fucking God of War. I think it's the dopest shit ever. I told you guys before, that was my game of last generation. Between that and Dante's Inferno, Mass Effect, and Gears of War, those are my top games for last generation. You know what I mean? But again, I said I'm a gamer. I've been gaming, I don't say all my life, but I've been gaming. Got my first console, the NES, when I was in 4th grade. Got the NES, and I got the TurboGrafx 16, and got the Saturn, and I got the fucking. My father was a big dope dealer back in the day. I had the fucking Neo Geo, $200 goddamn controllers and games and shit. I was the only motherfucker I knew with a Neo Geo. I didn't even know what the fuck it was until I seen the Neo Geo one time on TV, and it wasn't for a commercial. It was in the fucking movie Strap with fucking the guys, Federal Star from Onyx. Is the name of the Strap? I think his name is Strax, and Bokeem, whatever the fuck his name is. From Dead Presidents, the preacher, the black guy with the bald head. They was in there playing Neo Geo. The first time I ever seen this shit, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't know what the fuck that was. You know what I mean? I used to see the Funko Land commercials on television, but I didn't go to Funko Land. My grandmother used to go downtown and buy my Nintendo cartridges from fucking Meg Radio. You know what I mean? And I remember back in the day, my grandmother fussing to this fucking day, her playing $70-some-odd for Mike Tyson Punch Out. Cartridges are very expensive. Don't get me wrong, the little mom and pop store, they will mark up the price to make their money. Like I told you guys back in the day, I just had my own little mom and pop store, the video game, thing, and when you buy the games from the wholesaler, you pay $45, $44, $43, only making $7 to $6 off per brand new title. That's why you have GameStop and whatever, or even Best Buy or Walmart trying to get in on the used game market, because it's like 100% profit. You know what I mean? You only make $6 to $7, maybe $8 at most on a brand new game. You know what I mean? I used to get it for $45 a pop, sell it for $51 to $52. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going off in a whole new different tangent again. But again, it just and I wanted, before I get the hell out of here, because this show went on much longer than I expected. And thank you for rocking out with me, man. Again, you guys are great, man. But I just want to pound that home. If you don't know, or what I'm saying, but you guys talking about this PC talk or whatever, cool, fine. But we're talking about consoles. We're not talking about PC. And if you play on PC, I'm not trying to disrespect you or, but I think it's the silliest thing in the world to come to a console, whatever, and trying to just, compare your PC. You have an open platform. You can change your motherboard when you want. You can change the RAM, all that when you want. We don't have that option on consoles, not right now. Maybe they may add, down the line, you may be able to add some GPUs or CPUs through, a lightning port or something to give us more. But that's, off in the future, you know what I mean? But again, and I'm going to say this again, you know what I mean? To say that the Scorpio doesn't have any fucking exclusives, that's the fucking, the dumbest shit I ever heard in my fucking life. You know what I mean? You guys set these high standards again for Microsoft, but they don't apply to Sony and they don't apply to fucking Nintendo. You know what I mean? They don't. You know what I mean? Like I said in the day, you praise and you applaud Nintendo for combining their handheld market and their console market. You praise them, right? You clap round them. Yeah, Nintendo's finally getting it right. But when Microsoft combines their Windows 10, their department with their games and their PC, it's such a bad thing. You know what I mean? As long as you are not being able to buy, and again, we're talking about Microsoft's own intellectual IPs, stuff that they're own. They're selling it in both their stores on PC and on what's it called. Like I said, last time I checked, the PC wasn't even a fucking platform. What company steps up and represents for? Is it Hewlett Packard? Is it Dell? Is it E Machine? Who the fuck is it? You know what I mean? If you think that Nintendo or Sony or or even the Xbox division itself, you know what I mean, are worried about, damn, you know what? What they doing over there on PC? No, they don't give a fuck. They worried about Phil Spencer is not worried about what's going on over there on that side. He's worried about Yoshida and those guys here. It's with consoles. You know what I mean? Like I'm just being real. You know what I mean? When you come here and trying to compare a PC to a like you're bugging the fuck out. And to even say that the Scorpio was outdated, right? You said the console is gonna use Zen and fucking Vega, right? But it's out fucking dated. And I will bet anybody here in this comment section, right, that has this argument that's saying that the Scorpio is going to be outdated. If you take a PC, a rig that you build of your own with even the same specs or slightly higher specs than the fucking Scorpio, I will bet my fucking channel, if not $500, that the Scorpio in performance benchmarks or whatever the fuck you want to call would dance circles around that fucking rig. Why? Because developers can fully utilize everything in that fucking console. All the RAM, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? For gaming, it's not like that on PC. You might buy a GTX 1070, whatever the teraflops on it, that's not all allocated for gaming. It's not. Your CPU is not all allocated for gaming. It's not. You've hit Control Alt Delete right now. Go, you see your CPU use if you're on a PC. You know what I mean? And you see right now. And for my man that said, let's bet. If you're on a computer right now, Angel Barrera, hit Control Alt. Look at your CPU uses. You're not even fucking gaming, and see how much of that's being used for different operations that's going on in the background. Fact. That's not, and again, and that was told to me by a fucking developer that doesn't have a fucking dog in this fight. They don't care if their games sold more on Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft. And I'm not saying I'm some tech genius or guru, but games are better optimized on console. Why? Because there's 1,000 different iterations on PC. You got 6 gigs of RAM. He has 19. He has 2. There's not one set standard for only thing you have is the lowest standard common denominator for PC, for specs for games. That's the only thing across the board. Anything is up for imagination. When you go to play whatever game, they tell you what the minimal specs required to play this game. And that's the only thing that's standard. Okay? But again, still I fucking digress. We're here talking about fucking, man, like, I don't know, man. But anyway, before I go, thank you again for rocking out. Look out for Big Gamer Small Talk podcast later on today. Should be an interesting show. But I'm saying right now, you guys are really fucking making fun of yourself, man. Like you're really embarrassing yourself with these fucking just changing the fucking narratives, man. You're moving the goal. Now you're saying 4K gaming is irrelevant. It's all about 1080p 60. Let the Neo came out and it was able to achieve 4K native. Oh yeah, it's 4K. It's a 4K console too. Like, stop it. You know what I mean? Like, stop it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even my man Crusader of Xbox 360, we don't know what the fucking load. We don't know. We talking about Zen and fucking Vega. We don't know what settings they're going to be. You talking about 4K low textures? No, I doubt that very seriously. We're talking about 6 teraflops fucking allocated for gaming. You take your best looking game that came out this generation. But some people may say Rise, some people may say Uncharted, some people may fucking say The Order. Times that times 5. Could you imagine what we're gonna get? Well, even with the Neo, which is 4.2 teraflops. You know, could you imagine if the Uncharted was made for that? Would that have been hard? I mean, like, goddamn, like, stop it! Don't fucking now you console. It's gonna be low, like you know what the fuck textures are. That's gonna be Scorpio is gonna be achieve only achieve 4K with low and medium settings. And what the fuck is the Neo gonna be able to achieve? Whatever the Scorpio will be able to achieve is going to outperform the Neo, and that's for fucking fact. That's not even up for fucking debates. So stop. You sound, even when you saying that, you sound fucking stupid. Not to call anyone stupid, like you're bugging the fuck out. Well, if they achieve 4K, it's going to be so. Are they achieving 4K? You didn't give a fuck about Sony achieving 1080p when the frame rate was fucking in Call of Duty dropping down to fucking 29 frames per second. You didn't care as long as they got that fucking 1080p, right? You don't care about the sacrifices that Sony makes to achieve 1080p, right? That's what I'm talking about, that narrative. Like, see, I'm not one of these motherfuckers in the comment section, bro. Like, I'm sharp up top. I'm nice with it. I'm nice with it. You can't come here talking that bullshit. Normally, I don't look at the fucking chat. Like, you can't pop that shit to me and I see it, and me not call you out for it. You know what I mean? Like, I does this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got the memory of a fucking elephant, man. You know, but again, like I said, you guys didn't give a fuck if Sony sold your grandmother's ass to achieve 1080p. Knowing the games would have ran better if they just fucking did a dynamic resolution or maybe slightly under 10. But Sony had that fucking narrative, 1080p, and you guys hopped on the fucking, on the bandwidth, regardless of how shitty the frame rate may have been or whatever the goddamn case may be. But you guys was riding that fucking narrative. So guess what now? It's Xbox fans time. We're going to fucking ride that narrative. Give us 4K or give us fucking death. Not upscale 4K. We don't want that shit. Not the checkerboard rendering. We don't want that 4K. We don't want that fake 4K. We want that native 4K. You know what I mean? You're not gonna like that, right? When you come out with your motherfucking exclusives, you know what I mean? When you come out with your exclusives, and you know what? And we're going to tear them shits apart. You know why? Because they're not going to be native 4 fucking K. Then you said about fucking Halo 5? It's a first-party title. It's fucking exposed. It's using a dynamic 1080p. We're going to do the same thing for God of War. We're going to do the same thing for Horizon Zero Dawn. We're going to do the same fucking thing to you guys. Why? 4K is now. You know, it is what it is. You guys ran with this shit for 3 years. Now it's our turn, you know? So take your L's, you know what I mean? Come up with a better defense. You know, maybe I might, you know what, because this right now is becoming a slaughter. Maybe, you know, for 5-6 months to get you guys through the launch of the console, the Neo. Maybe I might turn into a pony for 4 or 5 months just to make this shit fun and interesting. Because right now, you guys' arguments are shit. No wonder you guys get fucking destroyed when you come fucking debating. All you bring is fucking sales and resolution. That's all that you bring. No wonder you motherfucking get fucking destroyed and fucking debates. Hey, Jose Hernandez, I'm gonna address you right before I go. I'm seeing you popping a lot of shit in the comment section. I'm about to make you famous, Jose Hernandez. Jose Hernandez put 100% PlayStation all over the Xbox console. Could you tell me why, sir? Hey, Brownie 92, they got to get this work. I want to hear why. You know what I mean? I want to hear why. You know. Oh, wait, let me address Joda's Token. He said, I'm going to laugh at all you X-Fags when your games are going to be 4K, 30 frames a second, medium texture. Why are you going to laugh at us? Well, why would you laugh at us for? Are you on a Neo? Why are you going to laugh at us because our games are 4K? Why? It's a console. It's not a PC. Why are you going to laugh at us? Are you going to laugh at Sony guys for using upscale 4K? So why are you laughing at us? Are you a Sony dude? You sound like you're a Sony dude. So, you know what I mean? If you are a console dude, I'm talking to console dude, does the PlayStation 4 run any games at fucking ultra settings in 1080 fucking P? So what the fuck are you laughing for what? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. the Jonas token. You're gonna laugh at X-Facts because when our games are 4K at medium set, you know how fucking stupid you sound. And I'm serious. You know how fucking stupid you sound. You gotta get this work, man. You're gonna laugh at all the X-Facts because our games are native 4K. And like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you? Are you on a supercomputer? What do you have? Do you have a $12,000 PC? Huh? And I can multitask. A project you're recording flop. I guess resolution doesn't determine graphics, but again, games are going to look or run are going to be in a higher. Listen, and I'm going to use your. If you think games will look better graphically on the fucking Neo than this fucking Scorpio, I understand that resolution does not equate better graphics. It's all about the textures and stuff like that. But even still, games are going to look better graphically on the goddamn Scorpio. Like, that's not even up for fucking debate. We're talking about 6 fucking teraflops in the minimum. Now here go another hit, Amazing Yago. 4K gaming is not ready for prom yet. So what's the prom? 1080p? Get the fuck out. Why is it not ready for prom? Because you don't have a 4K television? I have several 4K televisions in my home. It's prime for me. You know, it's prime for me. So why is that the prime? You can get a 4K television right now for $300. So why is it not the prime? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, come on, like, I think you're just saying shit to get picked on now, just for me to repeat you guys' name. Like, what like, you're bugging. Like, you know what I mean? 4K is not the prime. Like, who the fuck? Like, who's not who prime? Like, what the fuck? Like, you're bugging the fuck out. It's not the prime because what? Because Sony can't do it. Hey, Grim, please tell these dudes that 60 FPS is better than 4K 30. How do you fucking know? Do you fucking know what the specs or the benchmarks of what Zen and Vega can do? Do you fucking know? Tell me. Like, I mean, again, have you ever seen the benchmarks on a 6 teraflop at a minimum in a console in a closer? Do you fucking know? Like, you guys don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. That's just a bunch of wishful fucking thinking. And what games were you playing at 1080p, 60 frames a second this generation on the PlayStation 4? What games? Everything's been 1080 30 all across the board. So what the fuck are you talking about? What you know was better? These weirdos in the comment section here. Like you know, please, man. You know, what games were you playing that was 1080p, 60 frames? Please leave me a list of these fucking games that you were playing on the PS4 that was so much better than 1080p, 60 frames. What? Shit, Uncharted is 900p. What games were you playing? So how the fuck you gonna tell me what 4K 30 is gonna be? Like, shut the fuck up. When they go up, cut stove up? All right. Like, you know what I mean? And you're in here talking about graphics. This is a Joe was told him this is a goddamn console debate here. We're talking about console. So I don't know what the fuck, you know what I mean? A Brandon is back. The Scorpio is not a next gen console. I see that it's not. It's been confirmed by Microsoft. It's not a 9th gen console. It's a mid-cycle refresh, the same thing as Sony. Let me read this again for the people that are just joining. For those, before I get the hell out of here, for those of you who are saying that the Scorpio is not the Neo's competition because it's a 9th gen console, stop. It's not. It says here, I'm going to read it. This is coming from not my opinion, and you know Phil has said it more than 3 times already. It's not a new generation. We're going to have versions of those games. Wait. Let me go to the exact. Okay, where we at? Hold on. I was about sketching out some spoil. Okay, we're going. Hold on. Those games that we're working on. Well, basically, during the console generation, you're going to see refreshes. You know what I mean? In other words, the Xbox One. Damn, I had the exact. It's a big article here. Okay, you said here. Spencer claimed that it isn't the goal here. Microsoft is upgrading the Xbox One so it can enter the ground floor on VR and 4K technology. They're upgrading the Xbox One. It's not a new fucking generation. Okay? It's not. When you go to a new generation, right, you get new games, right? You know what I mean? Every game, you know, it's the same Xbox One, Xbox One S, and fucking Scorpio. It's the same fucking. Just a slight. You have the Xbox One, then you have the Xbox One S, is slightly better, with better hardware. Then you have the Xbox Scorpio. Same thing with fucking Sony. You have the regular PlayStation 4. You have the rumored the PlayStation 4 Slim, and you're gonna have the PS4 Neo. It's not a next generation console. The Nintendo NX, now that's a 9th gen offering from Nintendo. But both even Sony has said that both Microsoft and Sony, we're trying something new here to come out with mid-cycle refreshes. You know what I mean? Why did I've always told you? Because technology is forever moving forward. You know what I mean? It's not really practical. You know what I mean? That what happened last generation was very, very unhealthy for gaming. Us having an 8 and 9 year console generation, bro, you motherfucker, you just seen fucking NVIDIA put out a graphics card with the GTX 1070 is more powerful than Titan for $279 to $300 or some shit. Like, come on, like, it's not really practical, you know. But it's not a new console generation. It's still the 8th generation. It is. Now, I do expect Sony 3 years from now to come out with the PlayStation 5. I do. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's a play. The Xbox Scorpio is the Xbox One. You know what I mean? It is. Like, I don't like anything, like, you know. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 7. So let me get the hell up out of here now. I had fun rocking out with you guys, man. You know, I had fun rocking out with you guys, man. It's been Animal keep talking to Michael Cock, bro. I don't know what the hell Microsoft going down isn't a good thing. It's okay, but Sony game VR is a fad. 4K is a new standard. Sir, I prefer 100 plus frames per second on gaming. Okay. I'm just trying to get that anything before I go. Hey, let me scroll up. I miss anything if I go. But this was fun though. I used to do these shits all the time. I need to do more of these. You know what I mean? Because, you know, of course I do podcasts, but, you know, on podcasts you got to share the floor. You know, I can't just go off on these tangents like that. You know, but this was fun, man. I need to do more of these. I'll probably do maybe 2 or 3 of these a week just to have fun, just to interact with you guys more. I appreciate it, man. You know, for everybody that came by and rocked out with me today, appreciate it. Like I said, swing by, check out BGST tonight. Should be a fucking classic. We're gonna cut up in that motherfucker today. You know what I mean? We're gonna cut up today. I'm looking at you guys. Z, what up, man? Good job killing these fools. Now, you know what, bro? Like I said in the day, I haven't done one of these like this in a long time, but I just don't like. Just keep it funky. You know what I mean? Just keep it real. Like, damn, you know, it's nothing wrong. Like, you know, Xbox guys, we had our humble pie for the 3 years. It's your turn. Like, come on. Like, you know, both my. This is how it's gonna go. When the PS5 comes out, it's gonna be more powerful than the Scorpio, and then the Sony fans are gonna be teasing us. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's our turn to shine now. Microsoft has the better fucking console. You know what I mean? Now we can debate all day again about who has the better fucking exclusives. That's up for fucking, you know, debate. But when it comes to multiplats, which we both share, there's no fucking comparison. And the multiplats are going to fucking destroy the fucking Neo's multiplats. That's just fact. You know what I mean? You guys say, when you guys tell me, why would you buy the inferior version? Because it's 900p on the Xbox One, and you can get it 1080p. So I'm gonna tell you guys why you're gonna buy the inferior version at 1080p. You know what I mean? Or an upscale 4K when I can buy standard 4K. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So again, you know, like stop it with like trying to move the goalposts. Like I'm not gonna let you do that shit on my watch. Like you know what I mean? Like for real. I'm not some of these people that are timid in the comment section. Like, you know, I normally don't look at the comment section when y'all be spitting and shit. So, but I know I'm gonna start doing that more often. And then, you know, hey, let me ask you a question before I go. Hey, the Joders token, what do you play on? Are you a PC gamer or are you a console gamer? What do you play on? Before I go, can you answer me? Yes, I see you in the comment section. What happened when it the flops though? What's the narrative? I mean, what you mean? The flops. Well, here's the thing. You guys were bragging about that 1.83 compared to Microsoft 1.3, whatever the fuck you got. You guys were bragging about that, which is not that big of a fucking leap. You were. But what's most important, what you guys don't understand, are the CUs. You know, the PlayStation 4 is going from 18 CUs to 36 CUs. The Xbox One to the Scorpio was going from 12 CUs to 60 CUs. So the Scorpio has 60 CUs and the PS4 has 36. And to put this in layman's term, you would need to add the Neo with the standard PlayStation 4 to equal the power of the Scorpio, the processing power. Just going by teraflops, you know what I mean? So, you know, if there's not up for debate, you know, who has the better goddamn console, you know what I mean? Now, you know, I've always preferred the Xbox over the PlayStation 4 because I like multitasking. I like the shit I can do on my Xbox One talk. I can't do that shit on my PS4, but that's just my opinion. Some of you guys may not even care for them and shit, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did Joda? Well, Matt, you didn't answer. What do you game on, Joda? Are you a PC guy or are you a PlayStation guy? You're not answering the question. You somebody he just sick of these guys that say they know more than Phil. Who said they knew more than Phil? Phil again. Phil didn't. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, again, Xbox or PC. So you said you play on the Xbox and PC. Take the PC shit out of here because we're talking about consoles here. Okay, so again, what did I say? Did I say something that Phil different that Phil didn't say here? And did I, you know, did I put any words in Phil's mouth here? You know, Phil said, you know, I mean, they wanted a true, you know, leap in technology, true 4K gaming. You know, 60 hertz. That's what Phil said. True 4K gaming. You know, Sony didn't go that route. You know, they wanted upscale, you know, 4K. Checkerboard, rendering, you know what I mean? So, and if you're an Xbox owner, again, what are you upset about? You damn sure ain't got no 1080p, 60 frames per second frames per second on your console. You gonna talk about, you know, so you again, I don't know, you're a double agent or something? You talking about 60 frames. What games on this generation on console that you were playing that were 1080p, 60 frames per second? You know what I mean? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, but and again, we don't know. And you're talking about 4K 60. We don't know the fucking benchmarks of fucking Zen and fucking Vega. Like, we don't know, like, you know, that's, you know, AMD's new technology. You know what I mean? So again, you guys are trying to downplay the score because it can't do 4K 60. So even if it does 4K 30, it's doing more than the fucking PlayStation 4 Neo. And most likely they probably leave us options and within the game settings to adjust, you know, the game settings or whatever the fuck to run it at whatever resolution that we see fit. But again, what's been your guys' mandate this generation, you didn't give a fuck how the game was ran as long as Sony achieved that 1080p. You know what I mean? So guess what? We're gonna hold the same thing there. You know what I mean? We're gonna leave that vaguely open there. You know what I mean? That hey, Sony can't do native 4K and we can. Eat shit. So that's all. Take your fucking L, eat your humble pie, and go finish sucking your grandfather's dick in the corner. I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, but this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, man. You know. And if anybody you should be worrying about their frame rate this generation, you shouldn't be worrying about the Scorpios. You should be worrying about the Neos because they're using that same shitty Jaguar CPU. So if you're worried about anybody's fucking having a very low frame rate this generation, you should be worried about the Neo, not the Scorpio. Because Sony is using that same fucking Jaguar cores. That's what you should be worried about. Not Mike, not the Scorpio. You know what I mean? I just had to throw that out there. But it's been fun roasting your ponies today. And if your grandmother got a fat ass, give her money. Listen, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to me, man. Come rock out with your boy, man. Best the Godfather and Xbox, man. I'm out of here, man. Bang, bang. 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 That's what Miziago was saying that 4K gaming is not the standard. You hear motherfuckers say shit like that, you know what I mean? You know, shit, Ziago he probably got one of them fatback televisions, man. You know what I mean? He say, Ziago say he lost all his gadgets in a Twister. He live in fucking Toledo, Ohio, some goddamn way, Nebraska. The only black motherfucker on the farm. He lost all his gadgets in a fucking Twister. You know what I mean? We're gonna set up a GoFundMe page for Ziago so we can get him a PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? PS4, man. We out of here, man. I had to get it to him. Bang, bang. So before the word of the day, before you go, if you hear any YouTubers out here and you go to their channels, their dog shit channels, and they try to push the narrative that it's not fair to compare the Scorpio to the Neo because the Scorpio is a 9th generation console, I want you to tell them to suck next gen 720's dick. Tell them and suck it to the head pop off. Microsoft has confirmed that it's not a next generation console. It's a mid-cycle refresh like fucking Sony. You heard what Sony, even your pappy Sony said that both us and Microsoft, we're trying something new. We're coming with mid-cycle refreshes. Adam House said this to his damn Adam Boyce. I'm sorry, Adam House. What's the one that looked like a little mouse in the face? That motherfucker there. So that this guy, the one that confirmed. He said himself, it's not a 9th generation console. It's still an 8th generation console. The only 9th generation console that's coming out in 2017 is the Nintendo NX. I'm out of here, man. Bang, bang.